Looking for a single-family home in Greater Boston? Well, you're not alone. Hi, I'm Ashley Allen.
And I'm Victoria Goodman. And together, Ashley and I lead the buyer's agents for the Santana Properties team in Cambridge.
And today, we're here at our team's newest single-family listing at 22 Springfield Street in Cambridge to talk to you about what's happening in the single-family market and why, how you can be successful, and what you should talk to your agent about before really jumping in.
Okay, so as you might have heard, the housing market, specifically the single-family market, across the country is incredibly hot right now. Well, things are no different here in Boston. The median price of a single-family home in Massachusetts has increased by 35% in the past 5 years, and the number of days on market has been cut in half. To put that into perspective, if you bought a $500,000 home in 2017, chances are it would be worth around $200,000 more than what you purchased it for. Out of all the properties in Massachusetts listed this year, just about 70% of them have sold over their list price.
So why is this happening? The Greater Boston housing market is, and for the most part, always has been a seller's market. But there are a few factors at play here that are exacerbating the situation. First off, good old supply and demand. The number of homes available for purchase is far lower than the number of buyers. The amount of homes listed for sale is down 60+% compared to this time last year. Couple that with people being stuck in their homes for 18 months and historically low interest rates, and you have one lopsided equation. Lots of buyers plus limited inventory equals super high competition and high sales prices.
But here's the thing. If you're in the market to buy now, because there are very few indicators showing that anything's going to change around here.
And every property that closes with a high sales price will be the newest comp that a listing agent uses to price their property in a similar area. So let's talk about ways to make you successful in a super crazy market and what levers you can pull to make your offers stand out.
Price and terms, specifically the inspection and the appraisal, are obviously the most important here. But how do you compete in this crazy market while still keeping yourself protected? Here are a few ways. Let's talk about price. If you want to compete but don't necessarily want to throw out your tip-top offer, there is something called an escalation clause, which you can ask your agent to incorporate into the offer. This clause is essentially a one-upper and states that you, as the buyer, will pay a few $1,000s, give or take, over the next highest proven offer, up to a certain amount. This is a great strategy to use in a bidding war when you aren't certain where other offers stand.
So on to terms. As Victoria said, inspection and appraisal are king. And in this market, waiving your inspection and appraisal contingency is common and oftentimes 100% necessary to win the property. But you can be putting yourself at risk. What Victoria and I advise for clients that need to waive an inspection is to do an inspection for what's called informational purposes only, or a pre-inspection. The informational inspection means the client waives the inspection contingency, but states in the offer that they're to have an inspection prior to the signing of the purchase and sale. In this case, if something comes up during the inspection that makes a buyer want to cancel the deal, all that's at risk is the initial deposit of $1,000. And a pre-inspection is exactly what it sounds like, an inspection that the buyer has prior to submitting the offer. If all goes well, the buyer can then submit a clean offer with no mentions of an inspection.
On to appraisals. This is a big one at the moment because while competition is driving offer prices up, a lot of buyers, to stay competitive, are waiving their appraisals. So what does that mean? When the bank comes to appraise the property, there can be a difference between the offer price and the appraised value. When waiving that aspect of the mortgage, the buyer is saying that they will make up that difference. This can be done in a few different ways. And what Ashley and I do for our clients is first make sure we have a good sense of what that appraised value could be by running comps. We also have extensive conversations with the client's lender to make sure our buyers know exactly what it means for their loan and their financing if they were to waive any or all portions of their appraisal contingency.
Before committing to a property or neighborhood, make sure you're speaking with your agent about how long you're planning on staying there, because some areas appreciate faster than others.
And of course, before hitting the ground running with your home search, make sure to make an appointment with one of us. That way we can discuss the process and make sure you're making the best decision for you and your family. Because here at Santana Properties team, it's our goal to get you from where you are to where you want to be.